Hi, I'm Alan Kelly. I'm the senior colorist here at FILMLOOK Incorporated. And today we're going to take a look at some looks that are built into the BASELIGHT here to give us a particular type of feeling or emotion or maybe even changing the time of day, that sort of thing, to give you a more interesting look to your film. So what we have here is a shot from a recently worked on film. And let me add my color correction. So they want the skies nice and blue, and they want the ground to be nice and rich, and flesh tones look great. So what we can start doing is adding and playing around with some looks that we have here that are built into the system. So let's go to our look table. And there's things like, for example, American Night. We have autochrome, of course, black and white. And it doesn't look so good. Let's try this one. That's an interesting look. That's called colorblind, which basically means that you're kind of removing the blues and maybe some yellows, so it accentuates the reds more. This is kind of good for a music video type of look. But let's start with a day for night. Let's try our good old day for night. There we go. Now we already see there's some issues with this shot, simply because there are some compression artifacts in the sky that were not apparent in the version that was color corrected. So let's try to address and fix those problems. Let's add a little bit of a adjustment to color. Gonna clean up the blues. Let's blur out the blues. Go to the D key. And what the D key does basically is allows us to grab a whole bunch of colors of the same shade, and that way we can address that color and that color only, or those pixels only. Okay, so that takes care of most of that. Let's take care of this, take care of this. There we go. So now most of the blues have been taken care of. So what we can now do is blur out the blues slightly, kind of get rid of those compression artifacts. Not too much. And now let's add a little bit of vignette. And let's move the vignette around like so we keep the faces in place. And let's bring down the entire frame as far as the brightness is concerned, and the saturation. So bring all that down. Go to our highlights. Let's see what we can do with that. So that's one look that we can go with. We'll play that and see what that looks like. Still a little bit of noise in the blues. Let's go back to our layer to clean up the blues a bit more. Yeah, let's blur that a bit more. It's an odd look. Okay, let's throw that out, and let's try for a 300 look. Now 300 has a bit of grain to it, as well as high contrast. So let's apply some of that. Add some more contrast, desaturate it a bit more, like so. And now let's add a bit of grain. Change the size of it, make it a little more like 16mm grain or 35mm grain. We can change how it responds, either as inner positive or inner negative film, and we can actually make the grain a different color if we wish. We can give it more of a blue kind of tone to it. So that's kind of our 300 look. Oh, let's add one more thing. Let me sharpen it a bit, because the grain really stands out more when we sharpen the picture a bit. Add a little fringe roll. So that's what it was, and this is kind of with the 300 look. We can play around with it a bit more. We can add a little bit more of a vignette to it if we need to. There we go. Okay, so that's another look that we can go with. Let's try something else. Let's try black and white with a wash. So we'll strip off all the color. There we go. Add a little bit more contrast, because we can add more contrast and get away with it. Okay, add one more layer and then add a bit of a blue wash to it. Now let's add some grain. And what else can we do? Now let's try something weird. Let's try a little bit of blur to it. Camera shake. Give the look of kind of an older film. Not too much. We don't want to go crazy with the camera shake. Just enough. There we go. Now what BASELIGHT can't do is add things like scratches and blobs of emulsion and that sort of thing, but those can be added in After Effects. So those are some of the looks that we've come up with, and hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.